Welcome, my nerdy investigators. Today, we're diving into the emotional wreckage left behind by Buffy's worst enemies and ranking them from least to most destructive. We're focusing only on the big bads of each season, no side characters or mini-arcs this time round. Now, Buffy has faced plenty of villains who wanted to end the world, but the real question is, who managed to break her along the way? Let's find out which big bad left the deepest scars. Number 7. Dark Willow, Season 6. For most of Season 6, the so-called big bad was life itself, with the trio and Warren stirring up trouble in the background. Then, at the very end, Dark Willow comes crashing in to steal the spotlight. But because she only takes centre stage for such a short time, she doesn't actually have much opportunity to inflict emotional damage. In fact, it backfires. Instead of destroying Buffy, she ends up helping her. Buffy walks away from Season 6 with new life and hope in her heart. Dark Willow is totally ineffective as an emotional wrecking powerhouse, but unintentionally a very good friend. And honestly, that's kind of fitting considering it was Willow who brought her back in the first place and then helped her find herself again. Number 6. Adam, Season 4. Season 4 was messy from the start, and Adam feels like an afterthought. He is powerful, sure, but more of an obstacle than a true source of emotional devastation. The group were already pulling apart on their own, and Adam, with a little help from Spike, simply capitalizes on that weakness in the final stretch of the season. Even though the fallout lasted for about a day, no lingering trauma, no lasting damage, and it's barely ever mentioned again, so it didn't have a lot of impact. Adam might be strong, but emotionally, he was a dud. Number 5. Mayor Richard Wilkins, Season 3. Now, I feel like Faith and Angel might have done more emotional damage in this season, but since we're talking about the big bads, the mayor gets the spotlight here. He was more of a strategist than a direct tormentor, but he did leave his mark. He pushed Buffy to question the future of her relationship with Angel, ultimately driving them apart. On top of that, he set Faith on a path that poisoned Angel and nearly cost Buffy everything. While the mayor's impact wasn't as personal as others, he still forced Buffy into decisions that weighed heavily on her. Still, she moved on to college without too much baggage dragging her down. Number 4. The Master, Season 1. The Master ranks higher than you might expect, and certainly higher than I thought it would. Trapped underground, he wasn't able to hurt Buffy directly, but he loomed over the season as an ever-present threat. The biggest blow? He actually kills Buffy. Twice, if you count the wish. Unlike Adam or the Mayor, the Master left emotional fallout that we saw. Season 2 opens with Buffy reeling from her death and dealing with it in that episode, but the trauma lingers throughout the series. It even gets brought up in song during Once More with Feeling. The fact that it's a joke doesn't erase the weight of it. This was Buffy's first real brush with mortality, and it never fully left her. Number 3. The First Evil, Season 7. I debated whether this should go above or below the Master, but here's why the First edges it out. Isolation. The First manages to strip Buffy of her support system more effectively than anyone else. Her friends, the potentials, everyone turns their back on her, leaving her painfully alone. Well, except Spike. The emotional toll wasn't just loneliness. Buffy became a reluctant leader to a group of girls she couldn't fully open up to, knowing some of them wouldn't survive. The First was ever present all season, sowing fear and distrust at every turn. Unlike the Master, who was more symbolic, the First got inside everyone's head and made every step feel uncertain. Number 2. Glory, Season 5. Speaking of relentless, Glory doesn't let up for a second. She's a god, unbeatable, and she grinds Buffy down so far that Buffy literally breaks. She tries to flee, collapses into a catatonic state, and ultimately dies to save the people she loves. Glory's destruction doesn't end with season 5 either. Buffy's death because of Glory sets up the entirety of season 6 and her struggles with depression after being brought back. Although this could be argued that it was because her friends brought her back. Even in season 5 itself, we watch Buffy grow more desperate as her options disappear. The fear was constant. Even her home wasn't safe anymore. And it was made worse by the fact that Glory wasn't after Buffy. She was after Dawn. That constant burden of trying to protect someone else, that's a new level of torment for Buffy, and Glory brought it in full force. Number 1, Angelus, Season 2. No one hurt Buffy like Angelus did. His betrayal cut the deepest, and his cruelty was devastatingly personal. He wasn't just a villain, he knew Buffy intimately, and he used that knowledge to target her where it hurt the most. He terrorized her friends, murdered Jenny, and delighted in every second of the torment. The emotional fallout was enormous. Buffy was forced to kill him, a choice that broke her so badly that she ran away from Sunnydale. And it didn't stop there. His shadow loomed over the later seasons and was referenced in The Gift and Selfless. Unlike the other big bads, this is one wound Buffy never really healed from. Angelus didn't just threaten her life, he shattered her heart, and that's why he takes the top spot. Buffy's big bads weren't all just monster of the week. They were designed to break her in different ways. From Adam's bland strength to Angelus's brutal betrayal, every villain tested Buffy's strength, resilience, and heart. Some scars faded quickly, others stayed with her forever. So, which one do you think caused the most damage? Did I get the order right, or is your list completely different? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed and check out my Buffy video on why the show is always worth a rewatch. And as always, thanks for watching, and let's see what other secrets we can uncover next time on Nerdy Investigations.